something that Foxhole does really well is introduce a multifaceted approach to ground combat. Multifaceted. What I mean by multifaceted is I've played the two big tank video games, okay? And in the first tank video game, the machine guns are just there as decoration. In the second tank video game, the machine guns do offer some anti-vehicle options, which is nice. It is very satisfying to use. However, I don't think that is the intended purpose. Okay, there's a third tank video game with infantry, but I don't think that's a great idea in terms of getting that multifaceted approach to combat because the infantry are mostly controlled by AI. There's one player per squad, which means there's just going to be guys milling around, which means you can afford to be a little more lackadaisical, I think, in terms of the capabilities of just enemies. Because you'll know just by the way they move and the way they mill out in the open that they're just fodder. Okay, infantry are a dire threat to vehicles. They really are a dire threat. And in the two big tank video games that I played, there's a class of tank which is at the lowest rung of the totem pole. It sits subterranean. Okay, supporting really anything with with an AP cannon, and that is an infantry support vehicle. These vehicles are relegated either to being way too cumbersome with impotent firepower or way too fast with very impotent firepower. Okay, and it's hard to truly appreciate them in these tank video games because you're trying to crack a walnut with a toothbrush. Okay, the toothbrush is there for a variety of great reasons, but you can't conflate one or the other. And if you forget your toothbrush, brother, like, come on. What Foxhole does well is it implements this idea of multifaceted ground warfare. And what this means for me, what the ultimate equation is these tank lines became large and cantankerous. Okay, large cantankerous tank lines. And the mottos of these tank lines, the mantra that I hear so often is don't waste that 40 millimeter on the infantry. Now, I understand this sentiment, I do. Making and loading 40 millimeter is no treat. It's no treat at all. But when you have a massive amount of vehicles in one area that will not be targeting infantry, it creates a blind spot. And it really just creates a playground of destruction and chaos. Okay. So this is where light support vehicles or infantry support vehicles come into play. Okay. You can basically, as a commander of one of these vehicles, you can eschew the need to even go against enemy armor. All right. Don't, if you need to cut any corners to make this happen, eschew the anti-armor stuff. You can let the tanks take care of that. They're already doing that. That's their whole thing. So once you let that go out of the window, you have all sorts of possibilities, okay? I love talking about the scout car, but guess what? Now I'm on that half-track type beat. It is great. It is great. It is so much fun. I'm taking new soldiers out. I have a training camp established, the location of which will remain a secret. And I've been training, at least like a dozen and a half soldiers already have my stamp of approval. So that's well. This half track that I'm working with, the possibilities it can herald really are profound. My gunner told me to use the machine gun, and the machine gun is probably the best one out of all of them. The momentum, it's difficult to describe really what it does to infantry. To me, what it looks like is it just hits them with a dart. I don't even really see the bullets. To me, what it feels like is a massive air pneumatic sort of like dart gun, and it works so well. It just like and they die. They really do die. I've seldom seen this before where they just take one hit and just crumple. It feels great, and the range is long, so the gun on that's good. There's grenade launchers for it. There's a 30 millimeter gun. There's other guns. You can mix and match. You can have guys in the back. You can have a guy in the side seat. The half track can carry, I think, 7 soldiers, 4 in the back, 1 gunner, 2 in the front. It really does baffle me the possibilities I can bring to the fight with this fighting machine. I'm excited for the future and what I can do with it, and I'm gonna tell you when you're doing this, right? Because what I said was just to shoot any anti armor, go full on PVE or anti infantry, right? When I say that, it also comes with an asterisk, and that is anytime you do anything, you have to imagine the Grand Theft Auto notoriety system, okay? 1 star, the enemy shoot back at you. And sometimes they won't even do that. I've gone for quite a while, on a killing rampage in the car, where no one even shoots back. They don't know what's going on. So you can stay below 1 stars, and that's the best thing to do. But if you're going to be smacking PvE, 2 stars is they start packing anti-armor. And then 3 stars is you find an enemy tank, all right? You want to get out of there before 3 stars. You will know the 3rd star is coming, because once they start organizing to implement anti-tank weapons against you, there is an active effort against your well-being, okay? And this will come in the form of a map post. There's snitches on their side squealing and screaming that they're getting destroyed by your anti-infantry vehicle, and that you have no anti-armor capability. So they will send in something to kill you, and this will happen every time. Never ever think it won't happen, okay? So as a vehicle, you have to do what vehicles do, which is move, and hopefully move out of the way. And the best thing about this is there's so many targets, you can move out of the way and engage on another target. And if you keep this up and you keep this rotation up, you can become, your single vehicle can become several attack forces to the enemy. It'll dry out resources. And here's the best part, right? Is if you go down, oh well. It's a lighter attack vehicle. It's not nearly as crucial as losing one of the big ones. But keep in mind, many tankers will never understand this, okay? The gun, here, yeah, I wish I had my wooden gun out here. The gun on the half track, like it moves like this quick. It moves this quick. It's so fast. It's unbelievably fast. So the gun moves quick, and the guy on the driver can turn it quicker too. And what this means is ultimately you won't have like a blind spot for very long. You can cover all your angles, okay? And then you can just compare this to Bardiche. Bardiche also has a 50 caliber gun. The Quadiche has a 50 caliber gun. I see them shoot a lot of bullets. I think that they're ghasts. They're not lamentums. Yeah, there's ghasts on there, not lamentums. But so what I'm saying is the half track has a heavier machine gun than the tank contemporaries that it supports. Okay, the machine gun moves faster side to side. And even if you go down defending them against infantry, even if you just become some sort of lightning rod for them, that's all right. That's if you save the tanks from the infantry, even in your own destruction, that's fine. Okay, they're the ones that are destroying the bunker bases. They're the ones maintaining the line.